Gotta love copy or not YouTube music. It's good stuff. All right. The fun. Set that right there. Hello.
This makes it easier than saying all this.
Yeah, this is at the beginning because everyone's gonna chime in and tell us what the weather like and where they're from, right? Let me hear it. Hi guys.
Curtis, what's up, man?
Yay! Fun. All right. And if you want to podcast, remember the podcast, iTunes, Google Play. And then until February 8th, so you got till the end of next week, February 8th, you can still get your audio control, TMRTA, and Bluetooth dongle. Remember, put them both in the cart. Type in 5 stars, your coupon code, save $150. What's up from Hawaii? What's up from San Juan? 84 in San Juan.
37 in Ohio, man.
Woo,
I need some of that, man.
Really?
I love the cold weather. I need some.
I don't love the cold weather. I freaking hate it. Hey, what's up from Hawaii? My in-laws are in Hawaii right now. They're in Maui. All right, guys. Keep it coming. If you guys don't know who's this gentleman standing next to me that does not look anything like Fernando,
Not Fernando.
it's Jeff Smith from Amp Global. Fernando is going to the monster trucks tonight. He's going to see Gravedigger.
Saturday.
Yeah. So Jeff was nice enough to come in and play along with you guys. So
Anytime.
This is great because anything Amp Global, that's Stinger, that's Pack, and of course our show sponsor today is Phoenix Gold. It was just by coincidence too, by the way.
What's up, Pedro?
We weren't actually thinking that. It just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah, it just worked out. You know, things happen.
They came by earlier in the week and we're like,
close.
hey, we got these new MX series products. These guys right here. And we're like, can you want to be a show sponsor? There we go. Oh, so real quick. I had this shirt on when I was at Disneyland this summer.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around the Star Wars Pavilion. And
and it looks like one of those.
Yeah, it looks like. So the stormtroopers are like giving me all kinds of crap. And I'm like, I'm oblivious to it. I'm going, what are we talking about? 53! That's what it was earlier. What's up, Jason?
What's up?
Froze House.
Craig. Froze House, he's on like every week.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
Jason from Stereo King.
Oh, yeah.
And Oregon. If you guys want to watch another channel, check out Stereo King's YouTube channel. And of course, they got 4 locations. Lots of fun there. So as I was saying, Jeff is going to be our special guest, which saved me a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. I watched movies last night because I didn't have to do research last night because I was like, he can answer all the questions on the product. I don't have to do it this week. So yes, it's the Dean and Jeff show today. Let's go ahead and get the sponsor thing right out of the way. MX is the new line from Phoenix Gold.
Yep, MX Mini Extreme.
Is that what it stands for?
Yep, exactly.
I wouldn't have known that. So they make a shallow mount 12. They make a shallow mount 10. What's the power handling?
Power handling is 300 watts RMS, 600 watts peak. Dual 4 ohm, dual 2 ohm, dual 4 ohm, dual 2 ohm. Small sealed enclosures only. We used to do vented in the previous series, but now we switched over to sealed just for reliability and power handling because people love to dump a ton of power.
Oh yeah. So and it's the magic box, right?
It's the magic
They like
box.
to see how much airspace?
The 10, we try to get at least half a cube.
Okay, but anything around that,
yeah,
left
pretty
and
close.
right, go wide.
Yep. Yeah. Try to give us some, more space, more base.
What's up, Victor? The girls are down by you in that area right now. And then we have 3 amplifiers. Look at these things. How sexy are
Tiny
these?
little guys.
Woo. And they're all 3 the same size. So this
All
makes
3
my
the same
OCD
size.
happy.
Yep.
All right, so we got 3 amplifiers. We have a 4-channel, a monoblock, and a 5-channel.
Yep. MX 600.4.
That's this guy right here.
MX 800.1 and the MX 800.5 full system amplifier.
So this has a 4-gauge input with 30 amps of current draw. Nice inputs, like those. We have high and low pass crossovers for both, plus full range.
Yep, balanced differential inputs.
Holy crap, 10 volts of input.
Yep, because you can run high level directly
I was going to say, straight high level into them. All right, that's cool. Balanced on balance is your way of saying high level and low level.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Bass knobs.
Bass knob for the rear channels if you bridge the rear channels to the subwoofer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
and it's the flushable sub-level control, not a box. It's already broken down for that.
And so does the 5-channel have a bass knob? 5-channel
does have bass knob.
5-channel has a bass knob, guys.
Yeah, all included in the box.
Fernando is not going to be here today. He's being replaced for today only.
Only today. Fernando will be back next week.
Because we know we can't replace Fernando. He's at the Monster Trucks. Yeah. He's taking little Fernando, little Sebastian to see, which we'll get into that later, to see the Monster Trucks. He's a big Monster Truck fan, so you remember what it was like to be 2.5 years old and see big trucks. So I was like, nuts. Dude, go, take the kid.
Remember Stompers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Stompers were
oh, dude. In the second generation, you could actually turn off the drive axle so you could use them like matchboxes.
I never saw that.
Yeah. Because it sucked when it's like you turn on the battery and they just go and you pick them up and they go again and you pick them up. So the new ones, you click the switch and you could just drive them around. Way more fun.
Put it into neutral.
It's basically what it was.
Yeah.
Think about going kicker CS, 6 3/4 component system, 5 3/4 kicker power, Rockford Fosgate Prime, and a Sonata. What's your opinion on that setup before I proceed? I mean,
kicker's good. I mean, the CS series is good.
Well, they just redid the CS series.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it's a brand new line. Why not go with the kicker amplifier? Would be my only question. I mean, the Prime 404 is not a bad Class D amplifier because they make the Prime 250, the 300, and the 404.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Thank God you guys didn't do that.
No.
And then, but the kicker makes their 304, which is also really nice. So something to think about. What's up, Car Gift? What's going on? He's from Portugal.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's the 5-channel sub-output channel? We were going to get to that. Thanks for getting me back on point, Phil.
Thanks, Phil.
Power on the 5-channel. Because let's be honest,
channel.
This is probably going to be the hottest one out of the bunch.
Right, so at 4 ohms, you're at 70 by 4 and 270 by 1. At 4 ohms.
At 4 ohms.
At 4 ohms. Front 4 channels go up to 100 by 4 at 2 ohms.
Okay.
Sub channel goes up to 400 watts at 2 ohms.
So basically what we're looking at is 70 by 4.
70 by 4.
400 by 1.
400 by 1.
So that's about what... okay, so that puts us into the Kenwood 8005.
Yep.
Or 801.5. That puts into the 9605.
Yep.
That puts us into the Alpine, 5005 or whatever the hell their 5-channel. So right in there with all those all those 5 channels. So
we looked at the market and saw where we needed to be, and we tried to knock this one out of the park to get in with everybody else.
I have a 2009 Nissan Titan with a factory Rockford Fosgate system. Do you know of a T-harness or tap out from the factory amplifier before I open it? I don't remember what year the Titan was that we did, but... if you go back, we did a Titan 911 video that has the pin out configuration. If it's the Rockford, it's still using the Bose style amplifier, so it's still a GM style plug. It's the
the harness.
Yeah, at the harness. It's actually
amplifier.
It's a GM amplifier you repin. Go back and watch the Titan 911 video and see if that matches your system, and then I think we give the part numbers in that video to check out. Monterrey, Mexico!
So John Dub is asking, what is the quality of the 8000 series Stinger RCAs and any difference between the 9000 series and the 8000 series?
Dude, if Jeff, I'm sorry, Jeff, I was going to say if John was here, John would be like, oh, all right, guys, listen up, everyone!
So go. So I can jump right in.
No, jump in.
So the 8000 series are... copper conductors, double twisted with 2 layers of protective shielding around them, also with the drain wire. The benefit to the 8000s over the 6000s is that you get an additional layer of protective shielding. You also get the braided Tech Flex over the RCAs, and we do a single jacket with a Y in order to split, so that way pulling them through the car protects the RCAs a little bit more. And we also silver plate the copper conductors in the 8000 series. Now 9000 is a totally different animal. You have dedicated silver conductors and dedicated copper conductors that are both twisted and then twisted on top of each other. And then on top of that, you have a drain wire that's only connected at the source side to add an additional layer of twisting on top of that to help project noise. Then you have your rhodium plated ends, your carbon ring terminal on it. I mean, everything. So the 9000 is a totally different monster.
What's up, Bobby? So to answer your question, yes, the 9000 is the... And the other thing, too, that's cool about the 9000, is how clean it is, meaning
Yes.
sound-wise.
Yes.
He was telling us a story about, his name blows my mind. He used to live here, but now he lives someplace else. I can't think who it was. He worked out with Ethan for a while. They were having an issue with...
Randy Schwartz.
Yeah, Randy Schwartz.
Yep.
They were having an issue where they were hearing noise. And they were like, it was because the cable was so much cleaner.
Yeah, it was allowing more stuff to pass through.
Yeah, so they could actually... so it was crazy. But yeah, so our 4000 series good? Yeah, 4000 series are great.
I mean, they're like the everyday go-to.
That's 99% of the installs we do have 4000 series.
Twisted, drain wire.
Yeah, no noise.
Standard series RCAs.
Going active crossover on a MilliPro 2-way component set. Where do you recommend the crossovers
On the DM810? MilliPros, I would probably start that tweeter off at probably about 3.2.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. That's
probably
the go-to
3.2.
at 18 or 24.
24. I'm a 24 guy.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yep, 24 guy, and then do the same thing on the mid-bass.
Mid-range. Yeah.
Yep. That's for a standard crossover point.
That's pretty much good for most of the tweeters, unless you, of course, have a set of Morels, and you're going to cross them over at, what, 10K? 10K all day long. Real quick on this amplifier, looking at the crossover points on the side of it is 40 to 500 hertz for the high pass, and then 50 to 250 hertz with a 0 to 12 dB boost.
Yes.
So, love the boost.
A little bit of bass boost.
A little bit of bass boost. Gotta have some
bit
bass
of bass
boost.
in your heart.
And I'm assuming the crossover points are identical on these. And they are. So
Yes.
there you go. So crossover points and 40-gauge inputs, if I didn't say. And at least you guys got the power output right.
Yes.
Pioneer.
It's not the angle.
Oh my
anymore.
God. So the
Yep,
new
straight
Pioneer
in.
amps just came out. They just started shipping. I'm going to do a review of them next week. And they're still pointing towards something in the floor. And it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yep.
Pioneer
Pioneer 4400 NEX bypassed last week. I can confirm that it does now work after the update.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Okay, cool. Because I did it in my car before. I did it in my car before I took it out. But we'd screwed around with it so much that it was like, I don't even remember how it was hooked up. And I was like, it's not working.
So David just asked, where's Fernando? Again, Fernando just went to Monster Jam, so I'm staying in for Fernando this week.
Yes. So awesome there. Just picked up a Stinger 4-gauge kit, OFC 2 kit, Rockford P310s, 8 ohm, 4 ohm on the. Okay, hope it sounds decent. It should sound decent.
So Alfredo's asking about Audison 3-way setup in the front with JL processor 2.8 sealed. Thinking of building a ported enclosure for more bass.
Yeah.
Worry it will affect my SQ and not sound as precise.
Okay, that's a good question.
That is a good
so
question.
Let's take it from not what equipment he has, but SQ with ported.
SQ with ported is a little bit different. You're not going to get the same sub-bass to mid-bass transition and the mid-bass impact of a sealed box.
Right.
So that's one thing you're going to give up is the amount of attack you get from the actual sub-bass blending with your mid-bass. With your mid-bass. But you will get that added output from a vented enclosure.
It's going to sound boomy.
3 to 6 dB more, depending on the vehicle and how you tune it. Versus if you build it for a higher output or if you try to build something that's really tuned low, but it's only 2/8.
What's up, Bismarck?
I wouldn't be tuning it pretty much lower than 40 if it's 2/8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that's tuned. That's like tuned to 38. The 2 6.5-inch scars.
Yeah, but they're probably big motor structures.
No!
Oh, they're little
Dude,
tiny
they're like
guys?
this big. They're tiny. Dude, trust me, those things are like, they're cute.
It's a pretty sweet looking sub though.
Yeah. They're not like that 8 over there.
I figured they were like that.
No, it's not. It just looks like a normal thing. So to answer your question, it depends. Okay, if you're competing SQ, bad idea. But if you're just an everyday driver that really loves the way things sound and you want a little bit more impact to the system, a ported box is going to give that to you. So yeah, build it. What subwoofer for Pioneer 5 channel? It's 400 to 500 watts. A lot of the times we'll do like some yellow series kickers, some P1s. You can go up as much as P2s. You can get into a higher end, like let's say 110, 112 system that has a bigger motor structure. So like you could do like one P3. You could do some kicker.
You said 500 watts?
Yeah, it's about 400 to 500 watts.
Yeah,
do Phoenix Gold.
Pair of 10s vented, single 12 vented.
Yeah.
You know, if you want a lot of output, if you're looking for accuracy, I'd probably go strap up 2 10s.
Okay, ported or sealed Fosgate P3s on a Pioneer 96. Ported if you want big bass.
Yeah.
I mean, P3s are boomy. I like P3s because they're boomy.
Yeah, P3s are monsters.
They're monsters.
Yeah.
Just fat bass. I
Yep.
love fat bass.
Lots of output.
And that's the only thing that it's like, oh, what are we doing? We're doing P3s. Yes! 'Cause it's going to be my kind of bass.
Andrew's asking one of the questions I deal with a lot.
Okay.
Subs, 1 ohm or 2 ohm, what's the difference or the benefit, and which don't know which to get, and I want a shallow 10-inch or 12-inch possible. 1 ohm, 2 ohm doesn't matter. You need to match the output of match the subwoofer to your amplifier's output range. So if your amplifier does 1,000 watts at 2 ohm or 500 watts at 1 ohm, whatever the maximum capability of your amplifier is where you want to match your subwoofer to. So don't worry about which one is better. You have to match it to your subwoofer, to your amplifier's
Right. They're going to
spec
sound
or
the same.
what it needs. Yeah, it's going to be the same. 2 ohm, 4 ohm, 1 ohm, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think that was everything on that question. Okay, hold on. What was that one there? That
What's
was
the DSP?
What's the best DSP that can handle mid plus tweet for front, mid plus tweet for rear, and center sub? So that's
8 outputs.
8 outputs. So you're gonna want a 10 channel. Realistically, because that's
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna need a 10 channel. You're gonna need
2-way
something that
active
has
front, 2-way active rear,
That's a 10
center
channel.
and sub. There's lots of different things you can do. You can do
Well,
the helix.
well, I'm just saying in general though, we want a 10 channel.
Yeah. Anything that's capable of doing
Yeah.
10 channels, and especially if you want center, that has a center channel processing built into it.
Oh yeah, as opposed to just center.
Yeah, just center if you want an
that
actual
actually-
algorithm to do
yeah.
a proper center output.
What is that called?
Um,
Upmixing.
Upmixing, yeah.
If you want an upmixer built into it.
Yep.
We talked about upmixer. I think we talked about upmixer last time you were on the show,
Yep,
as a matter
sure
of
did,
fact.
yep.
So what an upmixer is designed to do is to take something from the left and something from the right and actually create a center channel, as opposed to just going, here's left, here's right, here you go, boom, center,
Yep.
which is what most DSPs do.
Correct.
Is it's not upmixing, it's not doing any
Yeah,
form
you definitely
of,
want something that's going to work with the proper algorithm, because if something is left, you only want it left. If something's right, you only want it right. But when something is common in both left and right, you definitely want that to come out of the center in order to give you that center stage in the vehicle.
What's up from Sweden?
Chico, California. What's up, Diego?
Does the location of the port matter? Example, can you port directly front of the woofer cone? So basically, I'm thinking the question is, you got 2 woofers here, you got a port down the center, you got a port off to the side, or you do the old school out the back kicker style. Which do you prefer? No, that's okay, because I have no thought on the matter.
Really?
When I was
Okay.
All right, when I was building boxes nonstop, like, because that's what I did for the
Right,
first half of my
right.
career. Is I built more box. That's why I hate building boxes now.
Okay.
'Cause I'm over it. So to me, it was, I built triangle ports.
Okay.
Okay, because I built those because I was the only guy doing it, and I
Right.
knew any box that came in and had a triangle port,
It was one of yours.
It was one of mine.
Right.
So I believed in doing it the hardest way possible, especially when you had to 90 those in the back. It was like, oh, this sucks.
I like the side load port, and the reason why
Yes.
is the side load port, number one, is easier
Now out the back of the box.
out of the back of the box on the side.
Okay,
or
so kicker style.
kicker style out of the
Okay.
side, or I like to build it on the face,
Yes.
but it needs to be the entire length of the box.
Across the bottom.
Not just a vertical.
Oh, you like them going long across the bottom.
Because
so
it's-
1-inch vent across the bottom.
Just from testing over
No,
the
no, no,
years
yeah.
in my time in the industry, when you do it all the way across the face of the box, it's equal pressure on both woofers. There
Okay.
isn't any turbulence on one woofer more than the other one.
Yeah, okay,
right?
I could see that.
Building the side load port, number one, is easier, but two, it gives you more space to work with the port, so you
Right.
can do higher output ports, but also your port 9 times out of 10 is going to be a straight port,
Yeah.
and not have to do funky angles and everything else.
Oh, come on,
and
you
it makes it so much easier building a side loaded straight port.
Because, so we were an image dynamic dealer.
Oh, we were too.
So remember the image box
Mm-hmm.
with the 58-inch port. So it was like, okay, so it's like, put your spacers in, dum, dum, dum. Next board, put your spacers in,
Yep.
dum, dum, dum. Next board, put your spacer in, pump, pump. And it was like, dum, dum, dum. It's like a transmission, like someone's asking about that.
Yeah,
It was like,
T-line box.
So guy comes in, my owner loved to sell that. JJ was like, everyone gets this box. And I'm going, oh my God. So guy comes in, hey man, I want 215s in my bitch. And it's like, it's a Tahoe. So we're like, yeah. So we put it in there and it's just, playing some ghetto, and he switches over to country. This is early country where it's no bass whatsoever. So
why
straight
we had
up
epicenters back
So
in
it
the
was
day.
like all of a sudden 10,
Yeah.
You know, it was like, you went from 215s to 110 with one song.
Exactly.
Magically.
Yeah.
So I guess to sum that one up would be you like out the side.
I like out the side. I like the way it loads in the vehicle. And less likely a chance of something getting sucked into the port because people trunks are full of crap, right? A lot less likely.
I think
for
that's
something
probably
to get
why
sucked
Kicker
into the
does it
port.
that way. But yeah, so there you go. That's that. Hello from Colorado. Awesome.
Thoughts on the Pioneer Premier IB Flat from 2010? That was an awesome sub.
That was the awesome.
That was an awesome shallow sub back in the day.
That used an air chamber.
Yes.
So the guy that designed that. So funny story about the guy that designed that. He's also the guy that designed their 5-way 6x9.
Ah.
So
he was smart.
No, he had his thought was, or his like, hey, when you talk about this guy, everyone has ever talked about this guy to me, he says like, on one side, the thing he hated doing the most was that 5-way 6x9. It was like he felt like that was the meanest thing you could ever do to him. So to compensate for that, he came out with the
IB Flat.
The IB Flat, which was great for a shallow mount woofer, but did not go to the big woofer. The deep woofer was garbage.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer that, now, Pioneer just came out with a new version of that woofer this year. I don't know if you knew that.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah, so instead of having the oversized speaker that sucks, which they apparently ran for 3 years and realized, hey, why aren't we selling woofers?
Right.
Because you made it a 10-inch that's an 11 and a 12 that's a 13 and it fits in nothing.
Work in nothing, right.
So they actually went back to a 10 and a 12. So... yay on Pioneer for finally figuring that thing out. I haven't heard them yet, but we do have them in stock. So what do you got?
Geneva is asking JL 1500/1. That's the new RD series, rated at 1500 watts at 1 ohm or 2 ohm. Is there any?
Oh, yep. Yep.
There we go. Is there any benefit running at 2 ohms versus 1 ohm, and will it run hotter at 1 ohm, putting out the same amount of power? Luckily that
is it a constant power amp?
It is a constant power amp. So luckily that JL amplifier will not matter as far as whether it's 2 ohm or 1 ohm. It's going to put out the same amount of wattage. The only difference though is that when you go from 2 ohm to 1 ohm and it still keeps the same amount of output, it is going to require more current. So you just need to make sure that your vehicle's electrical system is capable of producing the right amount of current for that amplifier, and you have very good ground and a very good power lead going to it.
Nice 4-gauge OFC. Or 0 gauge? Oh, that's a 1500.
1500, yeah, 0 gauge.
Yeah.
Factory battery. Hopefully a factory battery upgrade. Hopefully a big 3 upgrade. You have a good electrical system.
Gotta be careful on new cars with that big 3 upgrade.
Yeah, man. You gotta be careful on newer ones.
Recommending that
1500 watts. I mean, people need to understand that's a serious amount of power. Your vehicle needs to produce minimum of 150 amps
especially a JL amplifier. It's because they're going to suck it up. Okay, so real quick, constant power amplifiers are my personal favorites. I love constant power because it takes that ohm load out of the equation.
Exactly.
The PDX V9 sitting over there, which in my opinion was the best made 5-channel amplifier that Alpine has ever made, and probably almost anyone has ever made, in that under a 1,000-watt amplifier, is a constant power amplifier. So it doesn't matter what you're doing to it, you're getting 100 and 500.
Correct.
No
matter what you throw at it.
Yeah. Yep. Rockford has the CP constant power amplifiers. JL, of course, has been doing it for a while. Strange how
someone was just asking about the Xenon series.
Yeah, Xeon. Why'd you guys stop making the Xenon
about
series?
The Xenon series amps. They were the same.
It's
gone now.
Go back.
Yep.
It was right.
So the Xenons were the same way back in the day. They were the same power regardless of impedance, but it's a tricky design.
Yeah,
it is a definitely tricky design.
Oh yeah,
and that's when PG, before Amp owned PG, they were still owned by
those guys.
Yeah, whoever they were.
Whoever they were.
But yeah, the design was cool, but it just didn't work out, and there were a lot of issues, and sometimes you gotta
move on.
Yeah, you gotta move on. You gotta cut your losses.
As Alpine, when I think we were talking about this at one time. Alpine, remember when they had the screens that you could integrate the alarms into?
Yes.
Okay.
8063.
8063. So they had their fold-out screens. Yes, you could integrate their alarm system into their display screen.
It had an Ethernet connection directly into it.
You could see everything that your alarm report on your radio. It was the coolest feature. Well, they only did it for like a year and a half. And then when they came out with the replacement for the 8081, it was gone.
Yep.
And so I said to them, I said, hey, what happened? They said, well, okay, picture this. We're all sitting around the boardroom and we're brainstorming ideas. And we kept hitting this wall. And it was that. And they said, so we all said, if we were to take this and it accidentally fell on the floor underneath the table, could we move forward with what we're trying to do?
Right.
And so that was the hiccup that caused so much grief in them. They were like, that's got to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 questions. We're going to get to Jason's, but the one I wanted to ask, SQ or SPL? This is a great question for you.
For me?
For you, because you have too many cars.
Yes. So I'm definitely a SQ person. I've been competing SQ for years, judging and everything else. Got a couple world championships between me and myself and customers and friends and everything else I worked on. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with rolling the windows down and pissing people off.
Oh yeah. Well,
driving down the
okay.
road.
So all right. So I want to get back to that in a second. What are your thoughts on a center channel?
Center channels. Center channels are definitely effective if you are concerned about 2-seat
Yes.
audio.
So 2-seat audio is
Right.
this driver, passenger,
And you want the image.
passenger
Here we go.
to experience. Yeah, it's
The
totally,
same
it screws
thing.
with your head.
Yeah. The same thing for both of us.
Yes.
We'd both have left, we'd both have right, and then we'd both have the same center information.
So like you're sitting in your living room when you're watching a movie. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter where you're sitting at in the living room. It always sounds like the dialogue is coming out from underneath the TV.
Exactly.
A center channel with an up mixer, the proper decoding in a car, because remember, car isn't Dolby, car is left, car is right.
Correct.
So you need something to convert that into like your surround at home that is already encoded in that, which is the up mixer.
Dolby Pro Logic 2,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you'd have a dedicated front left, front right, center, rear left, and rear right.
Yep.
And so that way both of us would have. I have absolutely no issues with center. My previous car had a dedicated center channel in it, and I worked with that. And I've done lots of Alpine processors and Rockfords back in the day, the RFQ 5000s and all that stuff. So there's nothing wrong with center channels. I like them if that's what you're going for, if you're worried about the other person in the vehicle. But 9 times out of 10 in my vehicles, I'm typically the only one driving. If my kid's in the car, whoever else is in the car,
They have no appreciation for it.
They just, yeah. They hear the bass and they're like, ah!
So
yeah, it's the bass.
Haley has the kicker key in her car.
Okay,
When we shot
cool.
the kicker key video, we did it in her car. Okay, and as you've heard the kicker key before,
It's awesome.
it's magical.
Yep.
And so her car has center image like an EQ. Dude, it's freaking right. And you're just sitting there going, I've spent hours trying to get this, and it did it with a button. The guy that designed his name is Fernando, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I met him. He's like my Fernando, which is our Fernando.
Eric Dudley's got it just right. SQ in a daily and SPL in a weekend car. Exactly, Eric.
So he's a mullet. So the mullet of car audio.
That's
so
right.
all right. So my first system was bass. I had 2 Peerless tweeters and I had 2 Jassy woofers. Okay, and that was it. And then that turned into pile box, cardboard boxed, raw drivers.
Yep.
2 12s. With big passive crossovers. And then, of course, eventually I got into some Orion XTR-15s. So it was always about bass. I want to play the DOC. I want to play the Wild Wild West. I'm straight out of Compton.
Yeah, I hear you.
So we were sitting in the parking lot in school just pissing everybody off.
Yeah.
There was 3 guys, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
So sound quality came at a much later time. Actually,
Yes.
Nathan was probably what was more into
Pushed you
sound
into sound
quality
quality?
because we sold Morel.
Yep.
And it was like I had never
Before the Bonneville in the wall of...
so
magicalness.
Yeah. So it was like my car had Morel in it too. I
Okay.
had 2 6s, 2 6-inch mid bass, a 6-inch mid range, and then 2 tweeters. So I basically took his and cut it in half.
Got it.
Because I had a much smaller car. And then that got me into sound quality. But this was a debate I was reading earlier this week. We all started at SPL.
Yes, because that's what you'd
yeah.
go, who is that driving down the road?
Exactly.
Who is this? Who is that?
I just want to sit behind you and piss
Yep.
you off in traffic.
I remember growing up, there was this guy named Cameron, and Cameron had a Chevy Blazer, and I always wondered what was in his Blazer, because you knew when we'd be at the park playing basketball, and all of a sudden it's boom.
Yeah.
And you'd look up, and here comes Cameron, driving by, and he stick his arm out of the window.
Yeah.
So finally one day I got to see what was in his car, and it was back in the day we had the full range boxes.
Yeah.
It was a Rockford Series 1 full range box.
Oh, yeah.
215s, mid range, horn tweeter,
Paul's
everything.
favorite.
And he had a Kenwood 1021 on the back running everything. That's all that was in that Blazer. But it's like, you would swear there was a wall of 15s in this thing.
Yeah.
But then later on, I mean, the more and more I started hanging out at the shop and getting to know everybody and learning.
Yeah, you learned about notes.
Yes. You learned about tuning boxes and everything else. I mean, we're still building fourth orders back. We had Heart Professional, we had Orion, we had Savard, we had, Soren Vega, we had all the Rodec and Autotech. That's where we started, where I was with my guys, Tommy Heitch and Mike Hall back in the day. And then we had this one guy work for us, Rob, and he was the first guy to introduce me to JL. And
Jason's, my first was 2 Pile 1215s, 2 Pyramid 8s, 2 Motorola horns.
Pyramid Phase 3 with the clear cones,
Oh,
buddy.
hell
Trust me,
yeah.
I know all about it.
Oh, yeah. All right, so someone was asking about downfiring subs.
Downfiring subs. Love in an SUV, yes. In a vehicle, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like a car.
Like a car, truck, where you share the same cabin with the woofers.
Yeah, yes. So,
All right, downfiring subs, I have learned my particular thing, half of the cone area. Half of the cone.
3
right?
inches.
So, yeah,
This much space.
Because depending on how far you raise that box,
Yep.
the higher it is, the lower your base will be.
Oh,
the
yeah.
closer it is to the floor, you're going to lose all your output.
Yeah.
So a lot
Now-
of these downfiring factory boxes.
Now, this style woofer changes that thought process a lot. Because
It does.
It's not as, it's more forgiving.
It is a little more forgiving, but you still don't want to choke the output.
No, you don't want to give it an inch like everyone
Exactly,
does.
and you definitely want to protect the woofers. That's why the G110 grills still work with these as well.
Oh, okay.
But any of your downfiring boxes, I don't like them in cars.
No,
Trucks,
they suck in cars.
SUVs, all day long.
Well, so we had a ton of somebody's shell mount drivers. I don't remember who it was. This one was at ADE.
Mhm.
And my boss was like, just make boxes for those. We got to sell them. And I was like, dude, they're shell mounts. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. Just
Gotta blow them out.
And so I'm calling. I'm like, hey, all right, I need to make a regular box for this.
Yeah.
And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah. He goes, no, you can put them in a porta box. They'll hammer.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, and they did. Somebody really wants to know, what is your thought on the new VXI amplifiers?
The VXI amplifiers.
Have you played with those at all?
Yes, I have. I actually have the 8 channel.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah. I got
a friend.
I got friends at JL.
Ah,
So anyway,
you need to
but
give
no,
them my number.
the VXIs are awesome. Optical directly in, the tune software directly in the amplifier. You need nothing else other than an amplifier in your vehicle. The VXI amplifiers are awesome.
Now those have the
all-in-one.
iPhone app, right?
You do have an iPhone app to be able to connect the tune software. You can do all the basic crossover settings and everything else. When you take the 6-channel or the 8-channel, and this is my personal opinion,
Yes.
and you bridge 2 of the channels to a subwoofer, it's good bass. But when you take one of the dedicated sub amplifiers and use it instead, it seems like it's got way more capability than the actual
Which is
full
pretty
range
much
amplifiers
normal.
bridged to a subwoofer do. But as far as sound quality and power and impact and usability, VXIs are awesome.
Now, this is always a funny one, and I love this one. We talked about this on our podcast several times.
What's up, Scotty?
Because someone went up there and said, they're expensive. Okay? And the reality of it is it's not expensive. Okay? It's just not something that you're willing to spend the money on.
Correct.
So when you look at what it has for a DSP processor built into it,
Right.
okay? So the DSP processor built into it, standalone DSP processor, 8 channels, and that's actually a 10-channel DSP. I'm
Because it
assuming.
goes out for
Is it
sub.
10 or 12?
It's 10.
It's 10.
So it'll give you
2 outputs.
It'll give you 2 outputs.
So you
correct.
got 10-channel DSP. DM810 is $600 or $700. The Tweak is only an 8, so that's above anything that they make as a standalone. We won't even talk about like the Helix or any of those other ones. So you're looking at a minimum $600 DSP.
Right.
That will work on Windows, Mac, and your phone.
Right.
Which there again, your 8-channel DSP is $500.
It's
$600?
no $800.
$800.
It's 819.
I have no idea. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
actually
819
priced it.
map. And we were the very
So-
first to do the wide range.
yeah.
We do Mac, Android, Windows, Apple phone, Android phone, everything, right?
So that DSP
Apple
alone,
phone, really?
Apple phone. It's an
Apple
Apple phone.
phone.
You got your Apple phone
I
over
have
there.
an
I got
Apple
my
phone.
Paraphone. So you're talking anywhere between a $600 to $900 DSP.
Right.
All right. Now you tag that into an 8-channel amplifier that's 70 by 8.
Right.
So I mean, dude, this is 70 by 4. All right, and this is probably $300.
I want to say retail on that guy is probably going to be closer to $500.
Okay, $500. So 2 of these.
Yep.
So there's $1,100. So you got $1,900 worth of product.
No, those things are 3 something.
All right, so either way,
Yeah.
you got either way, you got over $1,200 to $1,500 worth of product in that one amplifier.
Right.
Okay, there you go. It's not expensive. It's just not what you're looking to spend. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't make it a bad product because they make this thing and they thought of all.
$349.
Sorry. So it's $7. All right. So there you go. $700 plus.
$349 for the monoblock in the 4-channel, and the 5-channel is going to be $429.
So, but there you go. It's $800.
And the other thing is that you also have to look at the VXIs, Dean. They're going to cut down on the amount of space you have to have because you would typically have 1 to 2 amps to get 8 channels.
Yeah.
Then you have a DSP. And then you got distribution blocks and everything else. So at least that one amplifier with everything in one case for the VXIs, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
So speaking of 8-channel amplifiers, you know that Alpine actually makes a what is
the little 25 by 8?
No, they make a 75 by 8 overseas. Looks just like this. It's got a DSP.
We should talk about that one day.
Because that's the 25 by 8. That's in my car right now.
We should talk about that other amplifier one day.
Okay.
You're going to find some really nice similarities to other products in the U.S. already.
Okay, well, the software for that and the software for the Dayton sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay. Launch the 2 apps on your phone. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Same way with the Alpine piece overseas.
Yeah, it's
you launch our
one of this
PG
guy,
DSPs
one of my buddies on here, this Justin, was like, "Hey, Dean, did you download the Dayton app for your DSP yet?" And I go, "No." He goes, "Download it and text me back." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's the same thing. It's just like half the amount. It's like a 10 band."
Yeah, I mean the thing about that is that there's only there's a few DSP build houses. Then you have some guys that go completely rogue and build their own from the ground up. So just because there's similarities in the way the apps look, the actual hardware can be
totally different.
Totally different.
I mean, well, that's true with anything. I mean, let's be honest. Hey, a wheel is round and it rolls, and it's made out of rubber.
Yep.
And that's about where it ends.
Yep.
So just because we have similar apps doesn't mean we have similar everything else.
So the question from Shalon is the audio control D6-1200 runs $1,000 versus the JL 6-channel VXI. Apples and oranges, same thing. I mean, they're both great.
Well, apples are apples and oranges.
Well,
yeah,
apples. Yeah. Well,
apples
They're very similar. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that one's better than the other.
So
pick your poison.
Here's what I always recommend. And this is how I answer that question when someone says, "What do you like better, Pioneer or Kenwood?" Okay, I'm an Apple guy, so I use OS X at home. All my stuff is Apple. Yep. I have Windows here that I use, and I hate it because I don't understand it, and it's my own bias. When people ask me, do I want a Kenwood or a Pioneer, they sound totally different.
Yep.
But the UI, or the GUI, as it were, is what decides that. If you want to play with it and see what makes sense for you. Now, both of those companies make software that you can download to either a Windows or Mac.
Yep.
Or an iPad. Download it, see if you can understand it. Wrap your head around it. Then use that to help make your decision on which one you want to buy, because you're the one that has to use it. And if it doesn't make any sense, like I feel like a lot of people, that's what they complain about with yours, is they just can't wrap their head around it because it does everything.
Yeah, the whole thing about it is that if you open up our app is everything's on one page. It's super easy, but people just have this thing about not reading manuals.
No. Well, at least yours comes with a manual.
Yeah, and then there's a huge manual online. But I mean, our piece is really easy to use and it does a lot. But like when someone's used to going to McDonald's all the time,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden In-N-Out opens up and they go to In-N-Out and they're like, what do you mean there's a secret menu? Like, I'm just going back to McDonald's. And that's exactly what happens with DSPs. Is that when you're so used to using one thing and someone else comes out with something pretty cool, you've already invested your time into learning how the other one works. And if you don't invest your time in learning how the next product works,
that's
then people
why
just
we're
go,
spending so much time this year going through DSPs. Oh, it's the same with alarms too. If you're a Viper guy and someone asks you to put something else in, die. So the girls, when we were in California this summer, the girls wanted to go to In-N-Out because they wanted to do In-N-Out and they wanted to do the In-N-Out and then they wanted to do Jack in the Box. So that was the challenge. Which one makes a better burger? And so we went to In-N-Out, and of course I don't eat red meat, so I walked away with some French fries. Because they don't have nothing but French fries. Dude. And I was like, they're like, what are you gonna get? I'm gonna get French
In-N-Out
fries.
has better milkshakes than Jack in the Box. I can say that. I'm a fat kid, so don't worry about it.
I might have got a milkshake. I honestly don't
milkshakes
remember.
at In-N-Out are amazing.
DSP
They're not steak and
Snake
shakes, but they're great.
Steak and shake, dude. Don't eat. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that.
Back to the show.
Steak. Oh, I hate that place.
Scotty, someone asked a minute ago.
Yes.
Do
you remember what it was about?
Oh no, it was Jason.
Yeah.
Jason asked, "Where's the Amp Pro for Subaru? Is there an Amp Pro for Subaru in the works?" Not yet, Jason. There's a couple other things coming up fast, like new Ford A2B and the new Toyota AP.
Let's just be political. I'll be the political correct one. They haven't even looked at a Subaru, man. There ain't nobody that's even like what they never said what? Studio? Is Phil Collins here?
Actually, there's a lot of vehicles that we need to jump into that we're trying to get, like all the new Hondas that are
steering wheel controls in a Hyundai.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Slow it down, Dean.
Slow it down. Hey, Dean, do you ship out of state? I have a Super Duty need radio. Yeah, you can call Paul at 727-216-6170. He will ship out of state. He just won't ship out of country. VXI. All right, what did David there, Roxad? VXI only, but barely a year.
Reliable.
Most. Okay, yeah.
Which way is top? That's top or?
No, just roll up. That's
okay,
top.
There we go.
Yeah.
Do you have one for Outlander
hybrid?
Is
that a Toyota? No, what is an Outlander?
Outlander's that Subaru?
Yeah.
Subaru also?
Yeah, Subaru. Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
Neapolitan milkshakes. Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. R1200 does around 1,000 watts at 2 ohms. Be easy on it. I don't know about the box. Oh, he's answering someone else's question. That's good, man. Appreciate you answering someone else's question.
Oh yeah. Will a Milwaukee? Okay, what all Milwaukee tools do you guys use? Okay, good question. Let's do a little show and tell, shall we? So we got soldering gun, roto zip. You can set them on the floor. We got the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 drive. We got the right angle. Like I said, just set them on the floor. Right angle. We got, there's 2 of these. So there's 2 regular drills.
Lots of Milwaukee, huh?
Hold on.
I'm a Porter cable guy, so.
We got the impact. I gotta throw all this shit away.
And the jigsaw. Look at that.
My favorite tool.
Are we sponsored by Milwaukee
This
here?
guy here, and the last but not least, this guy here.
Is this a Sawzall?
No, it's a.
Oh, okay.
This is
got
a
it.
Sawzall.
Okay. I was like, what? I've never seen Milwaukee
Dude,
Sawzall.
If you don't have one of these, you gotta get one. Just set it out on the floor. I don't want to fall off anyway. So that's what we use for Milwaukee. So this guy here.
There's a lot of red and black here.
So when you have to trim out a dash,
Oh, got it.
very low vibration. You just go in like this. You go like this. You go like that. Like my noise. GM dash. Bye bye. You need to cut the top of that dash for that Dodge.
See, I would have straight pulled out my air saw and just air sawed it.
Well, we have the Ingersoll Rand super low vibration. This thing is just like a kitten.
Yeah.
Like it purrs like a kitten.
Yep.
No, I'll take this any day.
Yep.
Oh, it's so awesome. So awesome.
Multi-tool.
Yeah, everyone makes one. Your Milwaukee or your
Porter cable.
Yeah, they have one.
Okay.
I think Porter cable might have been the first.
I don't get into Dash much like that. I'm typically amplifier installs and stuff like that.
Dude, once you have that tool,
yeah,
you'll be like,
hey,
let me go grab that.
That would have came in handy back in the day when we were doing all those double DIN conversions in E46s.
Oh yeah, dude, they do. Oh yeah, totally. That's what we use in Fernando's. Wow, do you have enough tools? Never have enough tools. Never. I'm a Milwaukee fan tool. The only thing that Milwaukee doesn't make that I'm really waiting is the hand router. They don't have that yet. It's like everyone else has one.
Yeah.
They don't have one, and I'm this close to buying the blue one.
Makita.
Makita.
Makita or either Cobalt.
Yes. No, okay. Makita makes one.
Makita makes one.
But I hate Makita.
I haven't used Makita, and they went to the black and white lithiums, and that's when I walked away.
Bye.
And I went straight Porter cable for everything.
I went Hitachi because I had really good. So there was 2 right angle drills back in the day, and for those of you that don't know what the right angle drill is, there it is. This is the installer's drill right here.
Makita was the king of
yes, Makita had the big battery pack, and Makita was the only thing that existed except for the Hitachi. Hitachi made one too. And they used the regular battery pack, not the clip
cartridge.
Yeah, so they had a really nice battery pack. So everyone had the Makita in the install bay, and they'd always swap battery packs. And I was like, no.
If you get something different, then nobody's going to use your battery pack.
So I got the one that was different, so no one would use my stuff.
Dean, can you do a old school install? I will supply ADS Orion Millennium Comps Extant 603X and a Boston Pro 12.5 LF. I am familiar with all that old school stuff.
I know, right? You're totally extanted up.
My old school bill is going kind of slow. But
was it Jeff? Jeff Peters? Was that?
Yeah, Jeff Peters was here.
Yep. Yeah, he was
from
extant, right? Yeah, because I was like, dude, what were you guys thinking with the
extant, kicker?
We could talk about it, figure out what we can do. Bosch. I have a Bosch nail gun over there that I like.
Yep.
But yeah, DeWalt. Yeah. Routers.
Yes.
Need more routers in my life. Not really.
Routers.
All right, so hold on. What do y'all think of high output, low hertz subs from Sundown? Do you have anything with Sundown?
Yep, I've used Sundown subs before.
Okay.
I've never used them for a sound quality situation.
No.
When you're looking to blow someone's head off,
oh yeah,
they do the job.
So
they're great SPL street boom systems for sure.
So yesterday we had a guy come in with an F-150, and we put some Hertz Milli Pros, two-way components in the front and coaxials in the rear. It was the 4-door F-150, but the single cab 4-door F-150. Remember the other one that had the little stupid doors like this, so when you get in an accident, it crushes your skull?
Right.
He had one Sundown 10 in a ported box in that thing, firing straight up. He built this amazing box, and he had like a Sundown 2000 something and a big freaking battery, and it was all zero gauged on that. And he was like, I just want, we powered everything off of the LC 4.800 audio control.
Okay.
But ours was totally separate from that.
Yeah.
Because he's
totally
like, he had this so he could unbolt it and take it out.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was all rhino lined. It was sexy. I was like, dude. So we're playing it, because we're tuning it up. We're playing it, and I was like, all right, because we had to put in an LC1 bass knob because his broke, and I was like, so we're playing it, and I was like, oh, that's not bad, dude. We shut the doors, had the windows down, shut the doors. What?
Who's the guy next?
Oh, I'll get to you in a minute. All right, no problem. We shut the doors, and it coupled.
Yep.
Oh my God! It was like someone just took my head and went pow! I was like, oh my God, Jesus!
Yep.
All right, so for those of you that are just tuning in a little late, the guy standing next to me is Jess Smith. He works for Amp Global. He's filling in for Fernando today because Fernando is at the Monster Trucks. He's gone to see Gravedigger. So he took little Sebastian to go see him. He's 2.5. He's like, I want to go see the Monster Trucks, Daddy.
Just filling in. Fernando's back next week.
Fernando will be back next week. I was like, hey man, what are you doing Saturday? And I said also, Phoenix Gold is kind of sponsoring the show with the MX Series product, which is all right behind us. Want to come and do the talking for that so I don't have to? And for those of you that don't know what the MX Series products is, a new lineup that's coming out from Phoenix Gold. Yes, this is the commercial for them. They have a shallow mount 12-inch driver and a shallow mount 10-inch driver, sealed enclosures, 200 watts.
No, 300 watts RMS, 600 watts peak, dual 4-ohm, dual 2-ohm, small sealed enclosures.
They make 3 amplifiers. These are shipping. These will be out next month. 3 amplifiers. We have a 604, an 801, and an 805.
All
5
same
channel
size
amplifier.
chassis, very small,
all
compact,
same size.
MX, Mini Extreme. And in our family of product, this falls in the middle now. So RX, MX, SX2.
I
So
like
it'll
it
fall
simple.
right in the middle.
I like it simple.
Yep.
All right, so that's that. Question was asked, what's the difference between an LC2i and LC7i?
About 5 channels.
4 channels.
Well, 2, 7. I was being.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, it's 4 channels.
Yeah, 4
so,
channels.
When you're looking for high-level, low-level adapters, a lot of people consider the audio control
Standard.
There are others. Phoenix Gold makes some. Stinger makes some.
No, Stinger and Pack.
Pack makes some. Wave Tech, as we've reviewed before, which I have their new bass restore over there.
Yeah.
We got to play with that. You guys have the new
Bass Cube.
Bass Cube.
Yep.
We got to play with
Bass
that.
Cube 2.
So basically the idea behind all those devices is that you don't want that device to color the sound. You want whatever's coming into them be exactly coming out, just at a lower amount of power.
Right. LC2i is 6 channels input with an auxiliary input.
Well, LC2i is 2 channels.
LC7i.
LC7i is
6 in with the aux input.
No, it's no aux. 8 has the aux.
8 has the aux?
So 6 and 7, the only difference between a 6, so you have a 2, which is 2 channel input that has the
Accubase.
Accubase. Okay, thank you.
Accubase.
So you have Accubase and you have Pass.
Yes.
So you can actually do 4 channel out of an LC2.
So they must have changed because there used to be the LC6.
The LC6 and LC7 are the same except for Accubase. And then an LC8
has the aux
is the
in.
same as a 6, no Accubase, but has the aux input with the volume
Got it.
control.
Got it.
So, and then you have the LCQ1. Now, the other thing that are unique about an LC7 as opposed to an LC2 is if you have to do any summing, meaning let's say you have a front tweeter or front mid, and you need to combine them into one so that you can then go off to your 4-channel amplifier, you can do that with an LC7i. You cannot do that with an LC2i. An LC2i
Only 2 channels in.
is 2 channels in, holding up 4 fingers because that's the positive
Crack
and
it
negative
open,
on
move
each
your
one.
jumpers to sum whatever channels you want back
So
together.
that's kind of the sum on that.
Ricardo, Altec Lansing, yes, did make modular style amplifiers. They were great amps back in the day. And had a huge parametric EQ that was crazy. You remember Altec?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They made
but
awesome 6x9s. They had the big bridge. Remember the big bridge that went over?
You should make a 5-channel Lock Pro.
We're actually redesigning the whole Lock Pro series, so card gift, get ready. There's some new stuff coming your way.
Don't get too excited.
Where can Scotty order a 5-star t-shirt?
If you go to, hold on, we have that one. If you go here to Teespring/store/5-star, we have about 10 different shirts you can choose from.
I just got a new shirt today.
As well as
5-star shirt.
hoodies and long sleeve shirts and all kinds of fun stuff like that. It's the Teespring store. These are Teespring shirts that I have here. So this is the latest addition to it. So lots of fun there. I get up in the morning and I'll be like, I had an idea for a t-shirt, and I'll do it and I'll put it up on Teespring. You can get the, you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Vote for Pedro?
Of course, yes.
So we did a vote for Fernando.
Oh, nice.
And then on the back, I made this presidential seal that it's like, because someone said, what was his slogan? Make America Great Again. It says Make America Bass Again.
Nice.
So it's what I got to do is I got to make that an actual T-shirt. I think I'm going to do that right around the election when that happens again. Have you seen the new Pioneer TSV69 speakers? Probably, if it's a Pioneer, we probably have them in stock. I don't honestly remember. Oh, you know what just came in today, though? Dean, are you the owner of 5-Star? No, I'm not. Paul is. The new R-Type 6x9 components.
Yes, I saw them at CES.
We just got them in, I guess, today or
Their
yesterday.
demo car was really awesome. It was...
Yeah, it was.
The Charger.
Yeah.
No, Challenger. Two-door. Challenger.
Yeah,
with 6x9 component front, 6x9 component in the rear, and sub in the side panel. Dude, that car was awesome. That
looked
was a
amazing.
Very good sounding vehicle.
It looked phenomenal. We're going to find T-harnesses for an 07 Cadillac CTS. So, there again, T-harnesses are a funny one. Access has a bunch of T-harnesses for their DSP. So the easiest thing to do is go to metroonline.com, go to their catalog section at the top. And then scroll down to Access and go to the 2018 Access catalog. There you're going to find pictures of all their T-harnesses that they make. Find the one that looks like yours, buy that one.
So Jeff Farley just asked if I skate because I'm wearing an independent shirt. I used to skate. I race BMX now. I've raced BMX pretty much all my life. But yes, I used to skate.
Have you been to Oldsmar?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Yes.
You don't call me up and say, hey man, I'm going to go run BMX and you come take pictures of me?
I should do that.
I know.
As soon as I do that, John will be like, hey, you didn't ask me to come take pictures of me. But anyway, yeah, I used to skate. I rode a Christian Osoy ramp board and a Rodney Mullen street board. So, yeah, I'm very familiar. I'm not just wearing a shirt because it's cool.
So did you see the new Halo then? The new Halo
I did.
Inexpensive?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they took out HDMI.
Yes, and I did. No. Did they take out no.
The Maestro
They
ability?
kept the Maestro.
It still has CarPlay.
Yeah, the cheap one, the cheap double DIN shell amount, they took out Maestro.
Yes, that one's $299 with CarPlay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they took Maestro out of that, which is silly, but
They still haven't let you play with the Elevate yet, have they?
No.
We need to talk about that.
We won't even go there.
Yes.
Although I did see
Soon.
Ethan. I did see. Well, yeah, and I think they're doing it on purpose.
Well, the one
Which is
Ethan
fine.
just did. Ethan just posted pictures
Yes.
of it. But even the 100 that we put out a while back.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. What I was going to say is
those are they're cool.
Yeah,
but they
they're
don't
not.
have the newest updates.
Oh, yeah.
So new updates give it way
trust
more
me,
cool
I
stuff
envision, because I know how many of them you guys have, because Nathan's made that abundantly clear how many are sitting there, because I'm sure the pressure from above is weighing heavy on his
As soon
shoulder.
as we get that,
and I just
they're gonna fly out the door.
envision that picture of the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, of just boxes
all
of these
those
radios, just rows of these radios, just going.
They're going to put the Ark into the storage.
Yeah. I just picture that. No, what was I gonna say? I totally forgot. Oh no, he put that in the Honda Pilot. And I was like, yes, perfect, because everyone wants a double DIN in a Honda Pilot. You can't put a double DIN in a Honda Pilot without seriously screwing up and doing some serious custom work.
Correct.
Elevate or Halo 9 would totally be the way to go. Hannah, 2009 Camaro non-Bose with amp. Does that have balanced 4-channel from radio, and do you know if the T harness is at the amp? If it's the non-Bose and it has the amp in the trunk, the last one we did was variable voltage, meaning before the amplifier you could get a variable voltage signal
from the radio.
The T harness you're going to want is the APH-GMO2. However, it is not going to be pinned correctly. It's just all the right plugs. So have fun with that, Johnny. But yeah, so the 2019 Camaro, it doesn't work with the Amp Pro anymore.
Correct, because the harnesses are different.
Yeah.
We're on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You want to know? I called.
Okay.
I called the other day to say, hey, by the way, these are different. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Silverado changed as well.
Yeah.
The 1500 Silverado is the issue. 2500 is working.
He goes, oh man, that must be the same harness as that Chevy truck. I go, I'm guessing. Yeah. Hey, and like always, the end of the show is near. It's been an hour. Can you believe it?
Really? Already?
I know, right? Jason, keeper of the time, thank you so much as always. Let me grab all these guys right here, and we will close out the show with the simple. If you guys want to get the cool tools that I just showed you tonight, or the stuff that you see in the videos, head over to dnftooldrawer.com. There you can find all the cool tools that we use with links
the Milwaukee tools?
All of that stuff, man.
Nice.
That's how we pay for the show. It's not cheap to do. Teespring/store/5star is a place where you can get your cool t-shirts. If you want to get the audio control DM-RTA with the Bluetooth dongle, you have until February 8th to use coupon code 5STAR. Some of you guys have bought that, and I'd like to thank you for using our code. That is awesome.
10 DM-RTAs already.
Yes, 10 of you guys have bought them, and I want to thank you guys. You have no idea what this means to us and them and working with them, so this is... you guys are awesome. You guys are always awesome. If you want to listen to the podcast...
Fernando was on his game tonight.
Yeah. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can find it at iTunes, Google Play Music, and Podbean. We do it twice a month, and it's a lot of fun. Now, if you want a video version of the podcast... you can become a Patreon member. So if you become a Patreon member, you get the only video version of the podcast. So if you like to see us talking to a microphone, it's a lot of fun. Now, thanks to Phoenix Gold so much for supporting the show this week with the new MX product. If you want to know more about that, head back to the beginning of the show where Jeff talks all about it. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming on the show.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Don't say that.
Seriously, let me know as long as I'm in town and not traveling for work.
It's been great. It's been fun. Now, like we always say at the end of the show, it's the weekend. You guys are going to have fun. Don't do anything stupid. Ubers, Lyfts, they're both cheap. By all means, make that phone call. We want to see you guys back here on Monday because Monday is going to be an incredible show. We have 8 of the Phantoms. That's right. Mike Eckley, who's been on the show before, he's bringing the whole
Jason
damn
Denton,
crew.
Ricky may or may not be here. Mike Hall.
One of them's not coming. He had an
Steve
operation.
Rogers. Mel.
Yeah.
Kevin Allen. Nathan Larson.
We got 8 guys coming on the show on Monday. It's going to be the most people we've ever had on the show.
Christian's the newest Phantom.
Oh, is he the newest
Christian
Phantom?
Vin, yeah, he's in Atlanta.
I don't know. We got 8 guys coming on the show Monday, so that's going to be like 9 people or 10. I don't know.
Largest show ever.
It is going to be the largest show ever. You guys had the largest show. You guys are getting the largest show again. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk to these guys. Now, these guys are regional people, so it'll be fun. I don't know. It's just going to be crazy, but that's Monday. So make it through the weekend and tune back on Facebook, 6:30. And then, of course, you can watch the rebroadcast here on YouTube on Tuesday. You guys have a wonderful night as always. We will see you later. Bye. What's up, Axeman?